Basically, every complex skill or even character trait can be broken down into a series of behaviors. And once you are able to break that down into a series of behaviors, you can learn how to do it, right? So something that seems really daunting, you just have to ask yourself, what is the first step to becoming good at this or to starting this process, right? So if you think of, for example, I want to launch an e-commerce product. Okay, that seems kind of daunting. How do we get there, right? So maybe you look up some stuff, you read about it, you realize, okay, um, first we need a product, right? Am I going to manufacture it myself or am I going to outsource manufacturing? If I'm going to outsource manufacturing, then I look for a manufacturer, I make a deal with them, and then I have my supplier. Okay, then it's like, what platform am I going to list it on? Amazon, Etsy, am I going to make my own website, whatever it might be, right? Let's say you choose Amazon. Then you look up Amazon's sort of flow, you sign up for it, you link your bank account, you work on the listing, and then you list the product. Then you go like, all right, how do I get customers? Then you have a couple of options, right? You can message people that you know and say, hey, I'm starting this business. Here's my product. Let me know if you know anyone who this can help. That's it. Very low pressure, easy to do, right? And you can always work backwards from whatever your goal is. Let's say you want to get to 10K a month. Then you go like, okay, if my product is $20, maybe I need to sell how many ever a day to make that, right? If you sell 10 a day, that'll be 300 a month. 300 times 20 is 6K a month, right? So if you can do double that, if you can do 600 a month or 500 a month, you can get to 10 to 12K, right? So then you just go backtrack and you go like, all right, for each person I message, let's say you message 100 people one day, and you go like, oh, I actually sold 5 products today. So then you go like, all right, every day I just have to message 100 people. But you might run out of people, right? So then you might try running ads, and then you test, okay, when I run ads, this is how many sales I get for this much money. And you just do the math and you go like, all right, I just have to run this many ads consistently and I will get this many sales per day. If you're creating content, you maybe just have to make a video, right? And post it and see what happens. And then eventually you figure out this is how many videos I have to make every week or every day to then get the number of sales that I want to get to reach the revenue that I want to reach, right? And then you just look at your calendar and you go like, all right, so I have to spend 4 hours a day making videos. I have to spend 2 hours a day messaging people. I have to spend an hour a day, just on the ads, maintaining the ads or making new ads, whatever it might be. And bit by bit, you look back and you realize, wow, you've done a bunch of basic things, but suddenly you have a thriving, successful product on a platform and you have a successful e-commerce business. And now you have the skills to say that you're capable of building a brand, launching an e-commerce product, making ads, marketing in general, as well as negotiating a contract with a supplier, right? If that's what you did. Or you have the skills to now manufacture your own product if that's what you're doing instead. And along the way, there will be unexpected problems and challenges, but each time you overcome one of them, you build a new skill set, right? And so you'd be surprised, you do this for a year and you look back, and suddenly you are someone you never imagined necessarily that you could become, right? And it's because you broke down the daunting task of sort of having a successful e-commerce product into a bunch of little steps that you could do every day. And those steps just added up to become the final thing. And so I think a lot more people can succeed at whatever they want to do, but they never start because they create this daunting image of what it is, and it's so complex that they never know what the first step is. But if they ever just broke it down into a set of actions to take on a daily basis, I think a lot more people would get wherever they wanted to go.